Tired of the push-pull in your relationships? Imagine finally understanding why you and your partner keep getting stuck in cycles of longing and withdrawal. This video isn't just about identifying the problem. It's your psychological blueprint for escaping the anxious avoidant trap and building the secure, lasting connection you deserve, starting today. Have you ever felt like you're always chasing your partner for affection, while they seem to constantly pull away? Or maybe you're the one who feels suffocated and needs space, leaving your partner feeling hurt and confused. This is the classic anxious avoidant dance, and it's incredibly common. But why does it happen? It all goes back to our attachment styles, which are formed in early childhood based on our relationships with our caregivers. If you had parents who were inconsistently available, you might have developed an anxious attachment style. You crave closeness, but are constantly worried about being abandoned. You might text a lot, need constant reassurance, and get very upset if your partner needs space. You see connection as the solution to your anxiety. On the other hand, if your caregivers were emotionally distant or discouraged dependents, you might have developed an avoidant attachment style. You learn to be self-reliant and suppress your emotional needs. You value your independence above all else. When a partner gets too close, you feel overwhelmed and instinctively pull back to protect your autonomy. You see space as the solution to your anxiety. So, why do these two seemingly opposite types attract? It's a concept called reenactment. Subconsciously, we're drawn to partners who trigger our earliest attachment wounds because we're trying to heal them. The anxious person is drawn to the avoidant because their distance feels familiar, like the inconsistency they experienced as a child. They believe if they can just win over this distant person, they can finally prove they are worthy of love. The avoidant person is drawn to the anxious person because their intense desire for closeness validates a deep, unacknowledged part of them that also craves connection, even if it scares them. The anxious partner's pursuit makes the avoidant feel wanted, but once that closeness becomes too real, their old defense mechanisms kick in. This creates a self-perpetuating cycle. The more the anxious person pushes for connection, the more the avoidant person pulls away. The more the avoidant pulls away, the more anxious and desperate the anxious person becomes. It's a painful loop that leaves both partners feeling misunderstood and unfulfilled. So, how do you break free and make it work? The first step is self-awareness. Both partners need to understand their own attachment style and the triggers that activate it. For the anxious partner, this means learning to self-soothe. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone when you feel that wave of anxiety, find healthy ways to manage it on your own. This could be through mindfulness, journaling, exercise, or talking to a friend. You need to build a secure base within yourself, so you don't rely on your partner to be your sole source of emotional regulation. For the avoidant partner, the work is about learning to lean into discomfort. Recognize that your urge to flee is a defense mechanism, not a true reflection of your feelings for your partner. Practice staying present during difficult conversations, even for just a few minutes longer than you're comfortable with. Start small. Try sharing a small vulnerability or feeling. It will feel scary at first, but it's essential for building true intimacy. Communication is the bridge that can connect these two worlds, but it has to be the right kind of communication. Instead of blaming, use I statements. The anxious partner can say, "When I don't hear from you, I feel anxious because I start to worry that I've done something wrong," instead of "You never text me back." The avoidant partner can say, "I feel overwhelmed when we talk about the future for too long. Can we take a short break and come back to it?" Instead of just shutting down. This creates a space of non-judgment where both people's needs are validated. It's not about one person being right and the other being wrong. It's about two people with different wiring learning to speak each other's language. Finally, couples therapy with a professional trained in attachment theory can be a game. A therapist can act as a neutral translator, helping you both understand each other's patterns and giving you tools to create new, healthier ones. Remember, attachment styles are not life sentences. With awareness, effort, and empathy, you can move from a state of insecurity to one of earned security. You can build a relationship where the anxious partner feels safe and cherished, and the avoidant partner feels free and connected. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need to hear it. Let's build healthier connections together.